Okay, on to April. Here's a page out of my ephemeris, the page for April. The new moon starts here. So I began to look, and when I discovered Pluto over here, stopping at 13 degrees, I said, whoa, that's going to be the actor that stands up on the stage and raises hell here in this month. Whenever a planet stations, either R or D, retrograde or direct, means it's slowed down and stopped. And the shark is raising a fuss here, yes. And they're talk about the CIA, weapons of mass destruction, plutonium, radiation, volcanoes, deep diving. That's what Pluto does. He's Sherlock Holmes. Well, I started looking around at 13 degrees 34. Here's Uranus at 1334. Oh, wow. You know, here is Jupiter at 1334. My goodness. Here's Mars. Mars is like a trigger, 1334. Here's Venus at 1334. Here's Mercury at 1334. Yes, and when the whole mess kind of starts, here's the Sun at 1334 in the first part of April. Now this new moon that occurs on the 30th in Aries at 10 degrees right here kind of sets all of these people, it's looking at them like actors on the stage, into extra emotion. We call it lunacy for a month. Exaggerated emotion. And so there's going to be a lot of stuff happening. Now when I start to analyze and figure out, well, when are each of these actors going to be acting up? This is very difficult because there are these trigger points where everybody on stage gets up and dances or sings or fights or does something, see? And so the first job we have is to pick out the activity points, which is not easy. Now the moon starts here, comes around in a week, and then on the 6th of April, it hits 13 degrees of Cancer, where it opposes Pluto, and everybody says, eek, a bug, and we feel panicky. You know, eek, a bug, we're kind of, yeah, this is Panicky Sunday on April 6th. And then it moves around one more quarter of the wheel, and it goes to Libra. And here, on the weekend of Sunday the 13th, we've got the moon in Libra opposing Pluto. Now here's your sense of panic. Atomic stuff, radiation, eek, sharks. This is, everybody's horrified about Pluto. Enough vampires on TV, okay? Enough killing all these undead walking people and stuff. Horrible stuff. Reminds me of PTSD. So then it comes around again, and here it is in Capricorn on the 20th, which is a Sunday, and it's conjunct Pluto. The moon hits Pluto, and all the Plutonians, the Sherlock Holmes investigators, CIA, the sharks, the nuclear power people, they're going to stand up and make a fuss. And then finally it goes all the way around here to Aries again, where it started, which is on the 25th or 26th, 27th of April. And we have another day, a final day of lunacy. Now, this is not an easy thing to figure out. I've been working on it, and you know, you can see here I am in my intermediate stage. So here's Uranus. We have a new moon there, so it's very strong. All the scientists stand up and say, we want freedom, and you'll feel that. I want freedom. I'm an individual. We're the 99%. And this all starts on the 30th. And then there's Pluto up here in Capricorn, which slows down and stops in the middle of April. And the policemen come out, and the investigators, and they square Uranus, and they block Uranus. Say, no, we're not going to listen to science. The Earth was done in 7 days by God or something. I don't know. Anyway, these Plutonians here have been squaring the Uranians for quite a long time. This square has been in our charts for a year or so, and it's not comfortable. No, it's panicky, it's shaky. Now Jupiter is down here in Cancer at 13 degrees, opposing Pluto. Says, no, stop biting, you sharks, and we don't want radiation. And now Jupiter doesn't have a lot of power. The two planets that have the power are Uranus here from the new moon. The new moon gives Uranus a lot of power during April, huh? Pluto gets a lot of power because it's slowing down and stopping in the sky mirror. When it stations, it gets really powerful. The other character on stage that you gotta watch is Mars. Mars creeps up here towards the end of April, and it joins the fray. Now, the difficulty, if we want to find out when everybody on stage goes into chaotic fits and jumps up and down and stuff, Mars is oftentimes the trigger. And here's Mars hitting 1334. And Mars is not happy with Pluto, and it squares Pluto. Now, Pluto's going to get angry. He's stuck with Mars. He gets all red in the face. He jumps up and down. He wants to fight. And Mars, in square to Pluto, well, Mars can't control his protective abilities, and he whips out his sword. So this last part of this last week in April, there's going to be fighting. There's going to be some blood. Uranus says, why can't we all just get together and live like brothers? But these guys, they're going to get in the way of that peaceful message, of that enlightenment. And you're going to be occupied with angriness and protectiveness. And let's protect our territory. I'm hoping that this isn't a big blow-up of the Ukraine and all the stuff that the media is pumping up. So now you got the picture. There's 4 of these guys playing. Uranus starts off very strong. Middle of April, Pluto comes up very strong. These guys are in each other's way. The scientists and the policing people, they're going to get in each other's way big time. Jupiter just adds to the fight. Here's lawyers and professors saying, wait a minute, stop this, wait. But the character that bothers me is that when Mars comes along here, whoa, stuff happens. So I'm kind of looking at those sensitive days, and over here I kind of worked out a little bit. I thought probably the toughest part would be the middle, 413, 414, when Pluto stations, and Mars is close. The second most difficult time is probably 420, when the moon hits Pluto, and Pluto just stopped a week before. The third most difficult time is probably the 5th and 6th of April, when a lot of these, when the moon's on Jupiter and we see a lot of it clear. So these are your dates when the SHIT is going to hit the fan, and with that, I better go do the sky mirror before I run out of time, huh? And I'm running short on time already, huh? I better get to it. By the way, it's 13.5 degrees of the cardinal signs, so it's Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn are going to take the hits here. Pluto's in Capricorn, they'll take power. Uranus in Aries, young people. Well, how's it go day by day? Let's run the moon around the edge and see how it goes. And right away, we find we're in the Venus zone, huh? If you're on the Thursday show, you've had some relaxing days. Thursday, the moon's still in Pisces. Friday, Thursday night, moon goes by Neptune. There's religion, art, music. Nice. Friday morning, the moon is still in good aspect, good angles to Jupiter and Pluto right through the middle of the day. Sextiles to Pluto, to Mercury. A lot of this stuff we can figure out things here on Friday the 28th. Saturday the 29th, well, we're still in Pisces, and the moon trines Saturn in the morning. Get yourself organized. Mercury's there helping, So Friday and Saturday pretty good until you get to Saturday afternoon, and the moon shifts into Aries right here, and all the vibes change and starts getting kind of zappy and kind of electric as the moon approaches the new moon point Sunday on the 30th. You may find everybody just kind of stops and halts and says, "What's this? Whole new vibe." It kind of gets electric, and this is not a day to go start things or fool around. This is a day to watch and see how this works out in your life. On Monday, the moon's still in Aries. It opposes Mars. People are irritated and angry, and they want to get out and move fast, but they can't. Venus is there helping, so she might mellow out Mars a little bit Monday morning. There is a Mars-Venus trine going on in the sky mirror, and there is some social, sexy things happening, but here people are just ticked off Monday morning. Monday afternoon, the moon goes by the south node. We all feel we need a little help and slips into Taurus here. Once you go into Taurus, it mellows out again. Here Tuesday morning, here's the sextile to Neptune, religion, art, music. And here's a sextile to Jupiter, wisdom comes out. Here's a trine to Pluto. Oh, the sharks won't bite, don't worry. At least now. Wednesday morning, the moon's still in Taurus. There's a sextile to Mercury, so we can talk and speak well. But there's an opposition to Saturn happens around noontime. We get depressed. Authority bugs us. There's no rest. Saturn is squaring Venus, and you can't get no rest. There's no love. There's no sex. It's not an easy Wednesday afternoon. It's depressing. And there's no... Okay, so Thursday the moon's in Gemini. We got squares to Neptune. It's a confusing day. Friday there's social activities and Mars is there, and we got some enlightenment of the mind. And then here's Saturday in the middle of the day. We can handle Pluto. Things seem calm, but the moon goes into Cancer Saturday afternoon, and here's your square. Here's your lunation hit again. It's on Sunday the 6th. The SHIT hits the fan again, and we see much more of this clearly, but can't do a thing about it. Sorry.